Hi, we're solving systems of equations today by substitution method, and this is part 2. So we have the same steps as last time, but this time we need to make sure we adhere to step number 1, which is solving one of the equations for x or y. All right, so the first example, we're going to solve all of these by substitution method. If you don't use substitution method in your work, then you're not going to get credit. Okay, so make sure you use substitution method. We got to identify the solution, being one solution, no solutions, or infinite solutions. You actually have to write that. Okay, and then we're going to verify using algebra. That's how you get full credit on your assignments. Okay. All right, so the first example, y is equal to -2. That's our first equation. And our second equation is 4x minus 3y is equal to 18. We're going to check, is one of the equations solved for x and y? And I can see that the first equation is solved for y, so I'm done with step number 1. Now I know that y is equal to -2. So I'm going to substitute that -2 any place there is a y. Sometimes it helps to be able to write parentheses around the y so I know exactly where to plug in that -2. So for step number 2, we substitute. We're going to do 4x minus 3 times -2, because that was the y, is equal to 18. Now we solve for x, so step 2, can't spell step. Step 3 is to solve for the variable. So I have 4x plus 6 is equal to 18. Okay. Now I need to show my work for every single step. So I'm going to write -6 and -6. You can either write that written on the side or you can write it in like this. Okay. Right, then that step. So I get a 0. And I get 18 minus 6 is 12. And so I get 4x is equal to 12. Now again, to show my work, I'm going to put divide by 3. You can write divide by 3 if that helps you, okay? You can write that on the side instead. Well, why am I dividing by 3? I'm going to divide by 4. So caught up in what I want to see. Divide by 4. Okay, so either one of these, you either need to write your step on the side or write the mathematical notation in your equation. Okay, 4 divided by 4 is 1, and 12 divided by 4 is 3. So I solved for my x value, and now I'm going to verify that step 4 is to plug what I got in for the first variable into one of the equations for my second variable. So you get to choose either equation. I am going to go ahead and choose the top equation because I don't have anywhere to plug in x. So I can see that when I plug in x, there is no place for me to plug in x. I get y is equal to -2. So this is the y value that I'm looking for. Step 5 is to write the solution as an ordered pair. So the ordered pair would be x comma y, meaning there's one solution, and the solution is at 3 comma -2. Step 5 is your check. Step number 6 is to check. And I have two equations. Y is equal to -2. And 4x minus 3y is equal to 18. And the solution we're checking is 3 comma -2. Okay, so my x and my y, I'm going to go ahead and plug in y as -2 is equal to -2. That is true. It verifies. We're good to go. Okay, the next one, 4 times 3 minus 3 times -2, it needs to equal 18. If it doesn't equal 18, then I have to go back and redo the problem. Okay, so 12 negative 3 times negative 2 is 6 is equal to 18. I see that 18 is equal to 18. Both of these verify. Both of these verify. True and true. So I know that my solution, 3 minus 3 comma negative 2, is the solution to the system. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to highlight that this is the solution. If these do not come out as true and true, again, you need to go back and redo the problem. All right, example 2. Step 1. Is one of the equations solved for x and y? Yes. So I see that I have y is equal to x minus 14. So anywhere there is a y in the equation, I'm going to substitute it in for y. So I'm going to put parentheses around my y, and that's where I'm going to substitute in my x minus 14. So step number 2. Step 2. 7x plus 4 times x minus 14 is equal to 10. So I went ahead and substituted. All right, now step 3, we solve for x. I get 7x, distribute, plus 4x. 4 times negative 14 is negative 56 is equal to 10. Showing my work, I'm going to combine my like terms. 7x plus 4x gives me a total of 11x minus 56 is equal to 10. Okay. I'm going to add 56 to both sides, again showing my work. 11x is equal to 66. Showing my work, I'm going to divide 11 by both sides, and I get x is equal to 6. I'm going to save this for step number 4. Step 4 is I need to take one of the original equations. I can see, you can choose either one that you want, but I can see that the second equation here, y is equal to x minus 14, already has the y isolated. So when I plug in 6, I'm not going to have to rearrange the equation. All right, so I get y is equal to 6 minus 14, and 6 minus 14 gives me y is equal to negative 8. All right, step 5 is to write our solution as an ordered pair of x comma y, which is 6 comma negative 8. And then after that, we need to do our check, which is step number 6. So the two original equations are 7x plus 4y is equal to 10, and y is equal to x minus 14. All right, next up, we go ahead and we plug in the ordered pair, 6 comma negative 8 for x and y. Okay, so 7 times 6 plus 4 times negative 8 is equal to 10. 7 times 6 is 42. 4 times negative 8 is negative 32 is equal to 10. 42 minus 32 is 10 and is equal to 10. Is that true? That is true. So we're good in one equation. Now I need to check the next. Negative 8 is equal to 6 minus 14. My x is 6, my y is negative 8. So I bring down the negative 8 and I got 6 minus 14 is negative 8. Both true? Sweet. That means that our equation, our ordered pair, 6 and negative 8 is what the point of intersection, or is where the two lines cross. All right, next up. You need to pause and try this one on your own. Okay, that's how we learn. You pause, try it on your own, then we're going to check your work. All right, so is one of the equations isolated for x or y? Yes, the top is isolated for y. So that's what I'm going to plug in to this y value here. All right, so I get step 2 is x minus 2. Instead of y, we're going to replace it with 1/2 x plus 4 is equal to negative 8. Now, we're going to do step 3 to solve for x or y. So I'm going to take this negative 2 and multiply it by 1/2 x, and then negative 2 and multiply by 4. So I get x, negative 2 times 1/2 is negative 1x, and then negative 2 times 4 is negative 8. Don't forget that negative is equal to negative 8. Now combine my like terms, giving me 1. If you want, this is a 1x, a ninja variable, or ninja coefficient. So 1x minus x gives me 0x. Minus 8 is equal to negative 8. So I basically have negative 8 is equal to negative 8. Do you see any variables? Nope, they gone. Okay. Does this equation make sense? Does negative 8 equal negative 8? Yes, that's true. So we have no variables. And the statement makes sense. So we have no solutions or infinite solutions. This is going to be infinite solutions. The two equations are actually the same. You have to write this spelled correctly. Solutions. Okay. You have to write infinite solutions. So if you just write negative 8 equals negative 8, that doesn't mean anything to me. You have to tell me exactly what the solution is. Okay. So when there's infinite solutions, we have nothing to check. We just move on. Okay. Sweet business. Example number 4. So on your paper, you should have written number 4 and now doing the work so that it's easy to read. Okay. All right. Step 1, we need to solve an equation for x or y. Or is one of the equations have x or y isolated? Nope. So I am going to look for the equation that has maybe a 1x in it or a 1y in it, and that's the one I'm going to solve for. Though you can solve for any of the variables. It doesn't matter. You have so many choices here. So I'm going to solve for this 1y right here because then it just seems like less work to me, right? So step 1, I'm going to take negative 2x plus y is equal to 20. I need to solve or isolate y, so I'm going to add 2x to both sides. And I get y is equal to 2x plus 20. Now I have a new system that is negative 4x minus 2y is equal to 8. And I rewrote the bottom equation as y is equal to 2x plus 20. All right, now it's the same old, same old. I got y is equal to 2x plus 20, so I can substitute that into the calculation for y. So step 2, I have negative 4x minus 2 times 2x plus 20 is equal to 8. So basically 2x plus 20 gets substituted for y. So now I have step 3, distribute the negative 2. So I get negative 4x, negative 2 times 2x is negative 4x minus 40 is equal to 8. Yep, okay. So I'm going to add these up. Negative 4x and negative 4x give me negative 8x minus 40 is equal to 8. I will go ahead and add add 40 to both sides, again, showing your work. Negative 8x is equal to 48. Make sure you write all of this down. Okay. Divide by negative 8. And I get x is equal to negative 6. Questions? All right, what do we do next? That's my question for you. Okay, so I have step number. So to keep things neat, I'm going to put a line. And then I'm going to say step number 4 is I'm going to use x equals negative 6. And I'm going to go ahead and plug it into you can either plug it into the original equations, one of these, or you can plug it into one of your reworked equations. I'm going to go ahead and plug it into one of the reworked equations. I'm going to go ahead and go for this guy. Okay. So the y is equal to 2x plus 20. It doesn't matter which equation you plug it into. Okay. And then x is equal to negative 6. So y is equal to 2 times negative 6 plus 20. So y is equal to negative 12 plus 20. Negative 12 plus 20 is equal to 8. So step 5, I have an ordered pair solution of negative 6, comma 8. And I think that's my solution, so I am going to go ahead and do my check, which is step 6. All right, so my original equations are negative 4x minus 2y is equal to 8. And the other original is negative 2x plus y is equal to 20. All right, and I'm checking, just so I can keep things nice, negative 6 and 8, that's x and y. All right, so I have negative 4, negative 4 times negative 6 minus 2 times 8 is equal to 8. Negative 4 times negative 6 is 24. Negative 2 times 8 is negative 16 is equal to 8. 24 minus 16 is 8 and 8, so those verify. Now I have negative 2 times negative 6 plus 8 is equal to 20. I have 12 plus 8 is equal to 20. 20 is equal to 20. Verified. Since they both verify, the solution is negative 6 and 8. If they both don't verify, you have to go back and redo the problem. All right. Example 5. Is one of the equations solved for x or y? No? Then we're going to go ahead and do that. Okay? Again, look for the equation that has 1x or 1y. I can see right here that I have 1y, so I'm going to rewrite negative x plus y is equal to 0. I'm going to add x to both sides to isolate y. All right. So I have negative 3x plus 5y is equal to negative 4. And in my new equation from here is y is equal to x. All right, in step number 2, I'm going to take my x value. X is equal to y, so I'm going to plug it in for y. So I get negative 3 plus 5. Instead of y, I'm going to put x because the y is equal to the x is equal to negative 4. Okay, step 3 is to solve. So negative 3x plus 5x gives me a total of 2x is equal to negative 4. Divide by 2. So x is equal to negative 2. All right, step number 4. I remembered that I have this cool equation, y is equal to x. So I get y is equal to x. I'm going to plug in negative 2 in for x. So y is equal to negative 2. Basically, the y value is exactly the same as the x value. Okay. Step 5. I said that weird. Step 5 is my solution, which is negative 2 comma negative 2. Step 6 is to check. Okay. I always go with the originals to check. All right, so I get negative 3x plus 5y is equal to negative 4. And then negative x plus y is equal to 0. And we're checking negative 2 comma negative 2. So I get negative 3 times negative 2 plus 5 times negative 2 is equal to negative 4. Okay, 6 plus 5 times negative 2 is negative 10 is equal to negative 4. 6 plus negative 10 is negative 4, which is equal to negative 4. That verifies. Sweet. Okay, so for this other one, we get a negative 2 plus negative 2 is equal to 0. Negative times a negative is going to give me a positive. plus -2 is 0 is equal to 0. Verify. So what does that mean about the point -2 comma -2? It is our solution. What happens if these two situations do not verify? Then the ordered pair that I tested is not the point. You have to go back and redo. Okay, I hope you guys are having a good week. And let me know if you have questions. My office hours have been super light, so if you need help, just come stop in and I will help you. Remember, you can resubmit your work for up to a week with feedback, so make sure you're taking advantage of that as well. It's like free, it's like retakes for your homework assignments. Okay, cool. I hope you guys have a good week. Bye.